the cat moves clockwise through the 4 squares and the mouse moves counterclockwise through the 8 exterior segments of the 4 squares. If the pattern is continued, where would the cat and mouse be after the 247th move? So in the question there's the first figure here, and the cat is in the first square, so we can write it as C1, and the mouse can be written as M1. And then in the second figure, the cat moves 1 square to the right, so it's C2. And moves up square, so it's M2. And this is C3. M3. C4. M4. And then since the cat made a full circle around the square, this is the same as the first one we had, which was C1, so we can write it as C1 again. And mouse is at M5. The figure stops here in the question, so we can extend the figures by adding another square. And this square would be the 6th square. And since the cat already made a full circle, we don't have to write the cat again. We only have to focus on the mouse. The mouse is now at this edge, so it's M6. If we add another square for the 7th square, then the mouse is going to move 1 square down, so it's M7 now. And this is at this point. And then if we extend another square for the square number 8, we have that this is the 8th square. And the mouse is now at this edge, M8. And then if we have one more move to the right, it's at the beginning where we had M1, so we don't need to write that. And then it says if the pattern is continued, where would the cat and mouse be after the 247th move? So we're looking at the 247th move. So if we first start with the mouse, we see the mouse moved from M1 to an M8, so it moved a total of 8 moves. And we're looking at the 247th move, so we can divide 247 by 8. So if we do that, we can write 30 and 240, subtract them, we get a remainder of 7. So we have 7 remaining moves. So if we start at the beginning of the mouse we had, from the square, we had that the mouse started at M1, and this would be M2, M3, M4, M5, M6, M7, and M8, and we see that the remainder is 7. So if the remainder is 7, we can start from M1 and count 7 moves. So this is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the mouse is going to be at M7 position when it's at the 247th move. And then next, if we do the cat, we see that the cat moves from C1 to C4. So that's a total of 4 moves that the cat moves. And then if we follow the same technique, we have to find the 247th move in the cat's position, so we divide 247 by 4. So we get 61. That's 244. We subtract it from 247, that's the remainder of 3. So the cat has a remainder of 3 moves from where the cat starts at C1, so we can count 3 steps clockwise. So if we draw the box again, we have the C1 is in this square, C2, C3, C4, and we had a remainder of 3 moves. So if we move 3 spaces from C1, we have 1, 2, 3. So the ending position is at C3. And then the question is asking for the position of the mouse and cat. So if we combine these two, we get that the mouse is at this edge, right here, and the cat is out this square. So if we look at the answer choices, choice A fits the criteria, so A is our answer.